February 9, 1964. The Beatles appear on The Ed Sullivan Show and play their music in the U.S. for the first time. I Want to Hold Your Hand had reached #1 on the U.S. charts on February 1st, and on Friday, February 7th, the group landed at JFK in New York, ready to embark on their first American tour. First stop, The Ed Sullivan Show. Guitarist Marquis, who was 10 at the time, wasn't sure who or what they were. He was even planning on watching something else with a friend until...
His father said, well, if you're going to watch something, you're not going to watch it over here because we're watching the Beatles. And I says, Beatles? What's the Beatles? And I remember his words. He said, they're this new singing group from the United Kingdom. They're supposed to be quite the thing. We want to know what was going on, and we changed the channel. And the channel never went back.
Cliff Goodwin, former guitarist for Joe Cocker, remembers.
It was life-changing. At the time, you didn't know it, you know, but looking back for sure, because at that point, I wasn't one of the only ones that said, I want to do that.
Also inspired was Dennis Cummins, who plays with the tribute band Beatles For Sale.
Here's a bunch of kids, you know, who didn't come from rich families, and they were going to make it big, you know, and everybody was screaming, you know, and loving what they were doing. It was like, I want to do that, you know.
The whole experience was electrifying. They were playing and all this stuff was going on in the theater. It was like insane. I always equated to like them coming, you know, from a different planet, but it was England, I guess.
Wayne Beckner was 22 in 1964, and besides seeing the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, he saw them at Suffolk Downs, as well as at the legendary Shea Stadium concert in 1965.
The Beatles were like very edgy and very aggressive, is what I felt. They attacked the song. What they could sing in the studio, they could sing live. They could sing around a table drinking beer because they were accomplished.
The Beatles, for me, inspired me to try to play good. They knew how to play as a band, I think.
After the Beatles came out, things picked up, things were a little bit faster, things were a little bit louder, and the hair was longer, but...
Well, I think the legacy is not so much their body of work, it's what the fire they lit. They created almost like they were conduits, you know.
The Beatles changed music. They inspired a generation, and even after 50 years, remain the best-selling band in history.